So, first things first. Yeah, I set up my doctor's appointment today, and the fact that I was able to actually go see the doctor today was a miracle in itself. That is crazy. I woke up with the same thing going on, like my the inside of my ears feel puffy. Thankfully, like I said in my update video, my jaw doesn't hurt anymore, which it doesn't, which is great. But my left ear was puffy. It was very puffy when I woke up this morning, as well as a little bit in my right ear. So that's when it was like, all right, let's make a doctor's appointment. So I did, and thankfully someone canceled this afternoon. So I was able to go this afternoon, which is insane. And the fact, another thing is that I was a new patient. I was a new patient at this doctor's office. So I filled out the paperwork, and they took me back right away. And they checked out my ear. And the doctor was frickin' fantastic. She knew exactly what was going on immediately. Like, right when she stepped foot in the room and I described what was going on, she knew for a fact what it was. And I didn't even know I had this. It's TMJ. The temporomandibular joints are the two joints that connect your lower jaw to your skull. More specifically, they are the joints that slide and rotate in front of each ear and consist of the mandible, the lower jaw, and the temporal bone, the side and base of the skull. That's what I have. I have TMJ. Yeah. So it's not, and that's the thing. It isn't my beautiful ears. Not at all. Those are fine. Actually, not quite. I'll get to that. But at the time, yeah. It's not my ears. It's my jaw. It's my jaw. So I am kind of relieved that it isn't my ears. My ears are fine. I explained in my video that I, clean my ears daily with Q-tips, and you guys are like, no, bad, you gotta be very careful, talk to a doctor about that, Q-tip, don't use Q-tips, blah, 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 that's a bad thing. But, yeah, the fact that, there's no wax, my eardrums are great, like, my ear canal, perfect, like, they were so good, and I was so proud of myself. So with that said, for now, I'll continue to use Q-tips. I at this point, I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. I know how to be careful. So I got this until I don't got this. Until I have to go to the doctor again for my ears. But that's besides the point. We'll get to that later. So I do have TMJ. I need to get a mouth guard. A perfectly fitted mouth guard for my mouth to wear at night. Because I don't grind my teeth. I might, but my teeth never hurt. My teeth don't chip away. They don't look any different. I don't feel anything in my teeth whatsoever. But just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna get a mouth guard for my mouth to wear when I sleep at night. We're gonna have that fitted, and we're gonna figure that out. But most of the problem here, since I have TMJ, is the muscles in my jaw. Or not really in the jaw, but the muscles right here. That hurts like hell. They're very tight, and the lady applied pressure to each side, and oh, it hurt. It hurt so badly. So that's how she knew exactly what it was. So even if I don't grind my teeth, which I don't think I do, then it's definitely me tensing up my muscles in my sleep, like just tensing them up without, obviously grinding my teeth throughout the night. So the mouth guard will still help out with that and prevent that in a way. Or even if I do tense it up, it won't be as bad. It'll be like cushioning the tension, and I'll still feel more relaxed. So yeah, that's that. And after checking my ears, everything's okay in my ears, my left and right ear, perfect, fine. Checked my throat. My throat's great. Vocal cords are good. Everything's good. Which is weird how she said the vocal cords are good, because My voice cracked 24/7 nowadays. Here's where it gets kind of weird. She like stuck this device on my nose. Before she did that, she got this like, it's not nasal spray, but it's spray that goes up the nose, but it's not called nasal spray. It goes up the nose, opens up my nose, and it was, you know, seeping in my throat, and it was disgusting. It was very bitter. It's like drinking bitter medicine. So this is for them to get the machine and stick the wire up my nose. So that's what they did. They stuck the wire up my nose, right nostril, perfect, beautiful, 10 out of 10. But the left nostril, first it was fine. She went a little higher up there, and this happened. She found this called a polyp. A polyp is a projecting growth of tissue from a surface in the body, usually a mucous membrane. So here's the thing, like obviously I have allergies. A lot of people have allergies, and I have asthma and all this other stuff. However, recently I've been doing pretty good for myself. First I've been getting allergy shots, but like I'm not sniffly, or I'm not as sniffly as usual. And even if it's occasional sniffles, sniffles are sniffles. So it's not like I'm congested and I sniffle, if that makes sense. Because recently I have not been congested. I'll breathe right now. See, I am clear, I am fine. But yeah, so I can breathe fine on my nose, but it's still up there. And because I use Flonase here and there, haven't used Flonase in a while because, you know, I've been fine for the most part. As of now, I've been fine. But I have Flonase nasal spray, and I use that when I do get a little bit sniffly. I use that, I take care of that. So something that I learned is that instead of just, you know, using the nasal spray like normal and blah, 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 whatever, I have to aim it exactly at the polyp. I have to aim it at the polyp in my nose and shoot it to kind of have it decrease in size. Because if it gets too big, I will lose my sense of taste and smell. I won't really be able to taste or smell anything. And I don't want that. So I gotta start using my nasal spray every single day, aim at it, and treat it. And fingers crossed that all will be good. So it's just so weird how that's a thing going on where I, for the most part, haven't really had any issues with mucus or congestion or anything recently whatsoever. So it's just so weird to me how that's a thing that's going on. We're getting near the end here of my story. So then after that, after we figured that out, I was offered to take a hearing test for my ears because, you know, I was having trouble in the left ear, not so much the right. But I was offered to take the hearing test, and I accepted. I took the hearing test, and you know, I was listening to the little sounds, little noises that they play in each ear. I thought I was doing so good. I thought I was acing it. I'm like, oh, you're trying to trick me. You don't think I can hear that? I hear that. Don't worry. Oh boy. And when the test was over, she gave me the results, and I'm like, is there I'm good, right? Everything's fine, no trouble. And then she's like, so you have slight hearing loss in your right ear. Or she didn't even say slight. She just said you have hearing loss. You have hearing loss in your right ear, not the left, the right ear, because it wasn't my left ear, it was, you know, my jaw. This is something that I kind of knew of growing up, that, you know, I did have hearing loss. I couldn't really remember what ear it was, but I knew I had like slight hearing loss. I knew my hearing wasn't perfect. And like every time I would hear, a good example would be, you know, driving, and then there's this person next to you who just cranks up their music very loud, and all you hear is boom, 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 like either behind you to the left, to the right of you, in front of you. You just hear them in their car. You hear that music. It's like, oh my God, shut up. Because it would shake the whole vehicle. And that frequency just screws my ears. It is so loud and obnoxious. And I'm like, it causes pain where I have to, you know, cup my ears and cover my ears. That and babies crying, that frequency, oh God, I hate it so much. If I ever become a father, I'm gonna have to go to the other room. But apparently my left ear is good. It's great. My right ear, not so much. And here's the thing. Once I learned about that, I'm like, okay, what else is new? Whatever, slight hearing loss. And then the actual paperwork comes in after waiting for about 15 minutes in the other room after taking that test. The paperwork comes in, and basically the doctor said I need a hearing aid in my right ear if I want to hear good. It's gotten to the point where I need a hearing aid. And that absolutely destroyed me when I heard that. So this music doesn't help anything. So the thing is that I went to many doctors growing up. Of course, I have a lot of doctors I go to. Holy crap, DIY Arts with a 10! Thank you so much! So growing up, yeah, no, I have a bunch of doctors I go to for all sorts of different things. I got a million things that are wrong with me. But like I went to ear doctors in the past and obviously took ear tests or whatever. And no one mentioned that. So my guess is that my hearing has gotten way worse because the previous test that I took up until today was 2 years ago, about 2 years ago. So the fact that, you know, it wasn't the fact that, you know, I need it, like, oh, you're not gonna live and if you don't get a hearing aid. No, it's not that. It's the fact that it's mostly, you know, recommended, and it will make my life so much better because my left ear is compensating and trying to help out my right ear. You know, basically, think of it. I'm gonna regret saying this crap, gamer talk, but think of it. You're carrying your friend in frickin' Fortnite or some other stupid game, and that's basically what my my left ear is doing for my right ear. He's picking my right ear back up and trying to help him out, trying to keep up, and it's not really working out. So me getting this hearing aid for my right ear will be less stressful for my left ear, and it'll kind of like my hearing will kind of even out, if that makes sense. Sure, it's great, right? Sure, it'd be stupid for me not to accept the hearing aid. We still got to do more research, and we still got to have some more conversation about it. But I made a decision. And the decision may shock you. As of now, being a 21-year-old, gonna be turning 22 in July, as of now, I am refusing the hearing aid. Are you surprised? Your answer should be no, that you're not surprised that I would say this. But listen, this whole entire time, for the most part, I've been fine. Obviously the cons being, you know, frickin' babies screaming like maniacs, and somebody in their car blasting their music. Like, those have been the cons. But for the most part, I can't notice that much of a difference where I need this hearing aid. So it's just something that, like, I'm not going to accept for now. And I even said that to the doctor, and she's like, that's fine, that's fine, it's ultimately your decision. But it's definitely something to monitor, right? I gotta make sure that I can hear, you know, things normally. And have my hearing to be, you know, average, like average hearing. However, me taking this route means that when I obviously grow older, like I'm talking like maybe in my 30s, maybe 40s, we'll get to a point where I need 2 hearing aids. One for my left ear because of carrying my right ear for so many years. And another one obviously for my right ear. So it's probably going to definitely be something in the future that I'm gonna have like 2 hearing aids at the age of like 30 or 40. Hopefully not. Like in my 50s and 60s, sure, why not? But in this, between 20 and 40 years old, I don't really want that. But yeah, it was recommended to me, and I was just like, I don't know. I may try wear it. I might change my mind within a week or something, right? But right now, it's just like I'm like I'm 21 years old. I don't need a freaking I don't need to walk around with a freaking hearing aid in my ear over something like it's minimal right now. Like you know, it's minimal, but like I don't want that right now, right? I technically have that option, and I choose no, thank you. But yeah, that was my decision. I may regret it in the long run, but right now I'm fine. I'm cruising. And I just gotta hope and pray that my hearing doesn't get even worse, and everything will be fine. But yeah, that's my experience. I am very tired now. That's where I've been. No way he refused it. Who would have guessed? Exactly. I'll be reading chat now, but that's it. I just need to get all of that, you know, off the table.